Oh, there it goes. Everybody look up and watch out. It's Keep Up with Stillvinsane. I'm here with the rest of the Keep Up crew. Let's get into some motherfucking shout-outs.
Time for some motherfucking shout-outs.
Oh, boy. Here we go. So Clean is our new guest. The episode is called So Fresh is So Clean. She is a podcast host. She's also a blogger. We will get more into who she is. She has a shout-out this week. Please tell us who your shout-out is.
Highly advised podcast. Oh.
Yeah. Now, why are you shouting them out?
They're my favorite podcast that's all about music. I know, my bad. Don't be jealous. Music.
Right, I was going to say, like, everybody keeps promoting podcasts that are like mine. Like, they're going to take me out.
What are they about? Music. They're about current events. Definitely check them out. They post every Thursday. 3 friends.
Hell
yeah.
Sweet. And yeah, no, I'm a big fan of a network and the come up game. It ain't all fun, so we all get some. All right, so let's get into what's happening this week with politics and
sodomized on Christmas.
What the fuck happened?
I feel like we've talked about this already. Right? So congressional leaders are coming together to vote against Republican congressional leaders and some senators, particularly Mr. Hawley. He is coming to delegitimize the election for Joe Biden. So the Electoral College, they will be coming together. Pence already rejected Trump to try to overthrow the election. So this is all just a formality. It's just going to make it go longer. January 6th is when they're going to do this. January 20th is when he gets inaugurated, Joe Biden. Does this dispirit you in any way? So Clean that like we are this contentious with election results?
It doesn't dispirit me. I know that there's a lot of people out there that think worst case scenario, and they thought this was going to be dragged out for like so long until March, past the inaugurational date. Yeah, but I'm happy that they just killed it. I'm like, all right, enough is enough.
Me too. Mm-hmm. And sometimes, like, even though I know he's going to be certified, sometimes I get a little worried because I'm just like, you're right, because it's been so long. Like, November 4th it feels like a decade ago. Like, you know, so, like, I'm just ready. Not that I like Biden. I've said that many times on this show. I'm not a big fan of Biden at all, but I'm just ready for anything but Trump. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. And like I said, hopefully the show after, like, episode 100 will be like, stop talking about him so much now that we'll have a new president. Recently, when the certification was going on in Georgia, the Secretary of State of Georgia, I always forget how to say his name. Raffensperger, there we go. He is a Republican himself. He already said publicly that he was disappointed in the results, but he believes in a free and fair election, so he believes that Biden won. And so Trump has tried to put pressure on him multiple times. There was even a phone call that they referenced to. And now they have the audio of that voice recording, and it says, Trump on the other line, I just want approximately 11,780 votes. Trump pressed Georgia to overturn Biden victory. He said, I just want 11,000 votes. That's all I need. It's one more than I need to overturn. So this guy is going behind the scenes and just trying to bully every state to get him to win this election. Again, we are supposed to be the beacon of the world when it comes to elections. Not to say that we're like, you know, corrupt free, but from what I could tell, we're like the least corrupt when it comes to election results in the world. And now it doesn't look like that. How do you feel about that?
Trump is the ultimate gaslighter in the universe.
Word. He is a gaslighter. 100%.
So I don't know why anybody's surprised that he's doing X, Y, and Z. I think we should, now that we recognize it, I mean, we could approach Trump differently.
I agree. We get to put him back in the place that he deserves. We were talking about in the pre-meeting before that used to watch The Apprentice. I actually believe that he will be going back to that show after the presidency. I actually believe that he'll be starting his own news network to rival Fox News as well. So there's nothing short. And we talked about it before, too, that all these senators and congressmen that are vouching for him right now, I don't think they believe that it's a fraud. I just think that they're trying to zero in on his base. That's hugely popular. Obviously, he had 75 million votes, and Biden had 81. 75 million votes is a lot. That is the most for an incumbent president. He's not lying about that. So that's a huge base. So all these guys that are vouching for him now, I guarantee will be at the general election in 2024. They're just trying to gain publicity. All right. So moving on. Bernie Sanders tried to do a filibuster. That is when you try to just talk about nothing so that a vote can't go past. And so Aaron Burr, he's the one that founded that from Hamilton. He's the guy, that's the guy that made that up. And so he is trying to fight from the $600 stimulus check that we just started rolling out this week, as well as the vaccine. The vaccine is being rolled out as well. That actually has been going pretty slow. You don't hear Trump bragging about that. But the stimulus is supposed to be, well, not supposed to be. There's a lot of politicians that want to beat 2,000. Nancy Pelosi, a bunch of people. There's a bunch of Republicans that don't. They wanted to stay at 600. Mitch McConnell supports. No, he does not support the 2,000, and he actually blocked it from getting to the floor to be voted on. And he is trying to include other stipulations that Trump wanted. The defense bill got overridden by his veto. We had Confederate soldiers on the names of buildings, and we had Section 230 that he wants repealed. That is, like I said, is when Jack Dorsey, Twitter, if you and I, if any of us say something really, really offensive, something libel, something really slanderous, they are protected by that Section 230 so that they can't get sued. Now, you would think that if you're against Twitter, you're against Facebook, you're against all those things, all big tech, that would be something that would hurt them. No, it would not. It would not hurt them. It would hurt you. It would hurt Trump. It would hurt, they just wouldn't post. They just wouldn't post what you posted. If they felt that it was too controversial and they felt that they were going to lose money and they were going to get sued, they just won't put up your post. They will just block you from posting it. And putting the disclaimer is actually doing you a favor from not censoring you. So how do you feel about that? How do you feel about Section 230? And how do you feel about, you're a veteran yourself, how do you feel about the Confederate names on our federal military buildings?
Okay, so with Section 230, as far as the tweets and anything going through social media, we all have a choice to let the message affect you. So yes, it could be ridiculous, but is it really directly affecting you? Make the choice, okay? And as far as the Confederate soldiers or history in military bases, I do not agree that we should keep all of that. We need to let that part of history go. Yes, it is a part of our history, but it shows that there's two types of people in this world. There's the narrow-minded and the open-minded. So what are we? Let's make a choice today. That's the theme. Yeah.
And Confederacy was only around for 5 years. So it's not really that much of our history. And if it's that much a part of history, put it in a fucking museum.
Damn.
So I'm putting on my damn federal. So I'm trying to scare us black people. What the fuck?
For real.
We already scared. You're already scared. You don't need to try to scare us
It's hard out here for
anyway.
For urban.
For a pimp, man, it's hard out here, man.
I be saying that, and then people are like, yo, what? I'm all like, dang, what's up with the world today?
Man, I need to make my way out to Philly, man. I need to set these people straight, man.
Right?
I need to set these people straight. So Craig Yankers, the people that have been the catalyst for the back and forth with the stimulus package, they got their house toilet papered, old school style. Mitch McConnell, Mr. Moscow Mitch, the turtle, his house was toilet papered, and so was Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi, you might not see these two guys actually after this week because Nancy Pelosi is going for the Speaker of the House vote again. She is the first woman to hold that post. The progressives are not a fan of her, so they might vote her out. And Mitch McConnell, we have the runoff that's happening on January 6th, only in a couple days. You will see if either Ossoff, Loeffler, Warnick, Raphael Warnick, you will see if they actually, if Democrats get one seat, actually, if Democrats get both the seats, if Democrats get both the seats, they will have a majority in the Senate and in the House of Congress. If Republicans take any of the seats, the Republicans are going to hold the Senate, and the Democrats are just going to hold the Congress, and they're going to obviously hold the president's office, the Oval Office. So with that happening, and we've seen Trump go down there a few times, like I said, people are upset. People are upset that they're stalling on the stimulus bill, that the vaccines are not coming through. So right now, Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi, they are the head of the Republicans and the Democrats, other than the president. And people are very upset, and they're toilet paper in their house. Have you ever? I'm not trying to incriminate you, but have you ever toilet papered someone's house?
I was going to tell the story of when I used to egg people's houses.
Yes. Oh, please. Oh, I was like, I hope she's not embarrassed because I want to hear this. Go ahead. Tell us how you egged someone's house. Tell it, and I hope they deserved it.
Okay, so there was this neighbor of mine, totally hated the dude. He was so annoying. He rode my bus, and he lived behind me. And then I'm here, like, trying to convince my sis, like, yo, let's egg his house, blah, 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 blah. So yes. So me and her, it was so funny because we dressed for the occasion. Like, let's wear all black, let's go in, like, at, like, 8 p.m. when nobody could see us. And let's jump over the fence. And
yeah, Mission Impossible over here.
Holy so into it.
Small town crook.
I know, right? But it's a tag team for me, and we're jumping over the fence. I mean, it was only in our backyard, so it was like easy access. And I was like, all right, get the egg.
I can't make it.
I was like,
go without me.
Run, Forrest, run.
Right. Save yourself. I'm going to jump back in the backyard.
Make sure the sliding door is unlocked. So, like, we're taking the eggs, we're putting it in our shirts because we're trying to be, like, resourceful AF. So we're, like, like, holding the eggs in our thing, and we're trying to jump the fence and trying to, like, coordinate. And I was like, all right, it's, like, throw the egg. But we had, like, direct shots. We weren't doing it far. We were, like, real close to their house, so, like, we know. Like, we wanted to make sure the precision was on point.
So you hit the house, but I'm assuming you fell over because you had eggs in your like abdomen area while you were going over a fence. How? I'm not a big person into physics, but how did that work?
I just feel like I could finesse jumping over a fence like nobody's business. Wow.
Oh, with eggs in your pocket. That is impressive. It was 3 eggs. Yeah, you would have got an A+ at home economics, man. You would have definitely. Remember when they used to have to carry that egg in order to like a baby, right? But one of those eggs a few of those eggs didn't make it. Some of them ended up on Mitch McConnell's house and your neighbor's house. Sorry, chickadees.
Flashback.
So, right? Yeah. So let's get into some music.
Motherfucker, fa la 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 la. What the fuck did I hear?
R.I.P. MF Doom. He's a hip hop legend. He was part of a hip hop group in the beginning, and then he became a great solo artist. He became very famous for putting on masks, and the very most famous mask was the one that resembled Dr. Doom from Marvel, one of the all-time great villains. He died on Halloween, but his family kept it a secret, and they revealed it on New Year's Eve. Tom York just did a special for him, so that just lets you know the genres that he touches and that, he is a musical legend, not just a hip-hop legend. You heard about the news. Do you have friends that are into MF Doom? Is he big in Philly?
He's definitely big in Philly. I only know about MF Doom's death from you and the Highly Advised podcast. When y'all posted it.
My competition. Highly Advised, lay off my topic. No, I'm joking.
Ooh, the heat. But
Right, you gotta start a rivalry.
Oh
man.
My gosh, the new Eminem and Snoop Dogg rival podcast edition.
Oh, look at that! You're giving a sneak peek to the next topic.
Dang. But the MF Doom topic. Shout out to the fam. They were able to keep it under wraps since October. Hello. Wow, like that's freaking talent. Is this the new like Kylie Jenner pregnancy secrecy? Hello. I was like, wow, you died? And I didn't know.
Yeah. No, you're right. We feel very entitled to that type of news. I totally agree with you. And I'm not used to that either. I'm not used to people being private about that kind of information.
Same.
And for so long, November, December, basically 2 months. But that's good. That's good. It was definitely because of COVID. We're definitely not up each other's asses as we usually are when it comes to like paparazzi type endeavors. But I'm happy. I mean, I'm not happy. I'm not happy that he's away from this earth. He was only 49 years old, so that's way too young. But I'm happy that he got the privacy that he needed, that his family needed to send him on his way. So again, R.I.P. to that. R.I.P. to the friendship between Eminem and Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg and Eminem are friends, but Snoop Dogg hurt his feelings, man. He hurt his feelings, dog. Snoop Dogg was in an interview and he named his top 10 rappers, and Eminem was not on that list. And they asked him why, and he was like, Eminem's a great friend of mine. Like I said, they go back from Aftermath, Death Row, well, not Death Row, but Dr. Dre, the Chronic 2001 classic album. They all were on that together. They're big friends. But Snoop Dogg said that there's people in my top 10 that you can't live without. That there's no hip hop without them. I don't feel that way about Eminem. So Eminem took that personally. And you know how Eminem does. Eminem goes on his albums and he roasts people. And he roasted at Snoop Dogg. And Snoop Dogg had a response for that too. And they were like, how do you feel about Eminem being hurt about you not putting him on his top 10? And Snoop Dogg goes, I pray that I don't comment on that weak ass shit. Damn, Snoop, tell us how you really fucking feel. Please, don't hold back. Don't hold back. So how do you feel about Eminem being extra soft on this, man? He's almost 50 years old and he's still getting his feelings hurt and making up battles, man. I know you're not a big fan. You already said that. You said that in the pre-meeting. I'm a fan overall, like, of his music over time. I don't really listen to him as much as I used to when I was in middle school. But to me, in my opinion, and I want to hear your opinion, but to me, at this point of the game, you're a legend. You're a Mount Rushmore to many people. Who gives a fuck if Snoop Dogg thinks that you're on Mount Rushmore? It doesn't even have to be rap. Should it matter?
It shouldn't matter.
Your peers?
I have a different standpoint from like 20 minutes ago, so. Okay. So Snoop Dogg and Eminem are completely different artists. So I can see why Snoop Dogg doesn't feel like Eminem is his cup of tea, because Snoop Dogg has a more like chill vibe, like more laid back vibe, and then there's Eminem on the other side, and he's super angry, super depressed. And I think Eminem, I know he's like getting older, I think he has become more soft because he is getting older. Like he doesn't have time for that. He doesn't have time to be like holding on to like stuff that happened like 20, 30 years ago. So I can see how he's evolved.
I feel you. Not everybody gets to bake brownies with Martha Stewart. I feel you on that. Yeah. Snoop Dogg. No, I'm a big Eminem fan. I'm a big Snoop Dogg fan. I think Eminem is a way better rapper than Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Is Snoop Dogg a better artist? Yes. Snoop Dogg has better hits. He is a better personality brand. But whatever.
They're just different. Doesn't mean that they suck. They're just different. They offer different like energies.
Definitely. I'm going to go bolder than that, though. I definitely think Eminem's a better rapper.
As far as lyrically, yeah.
Absolutely. And like I said, most rappers would put Eminem in their top 5. For someone that's not on your level, maybe stature-wise, Snoop Dogg is on his level. Like, he is more of a legend than Eminem is. But like I said, when it comes to skill, so if he's not on your level, why do you care?
Right.
And we've talked about this before. Eminem, sometimes he's bored, so he makes up little fights in order to get over his boredom. So it just makes him look like a crybaby. There was some other hip-hop that came out, some more new hip-hop. Lil Durk, The Voice, Playboi Carti, Whole Lot of Red, Tyga. He has Well Done Fever. Zaytoven, he's from Atlanta. He did an album with Usher a few years ago. It was very popular. He did a Christmas album. You know how I feel about Christmas albums. I hate them, but whatever. They're here. How the GrinchToven Stole the Trap. And there's some new videos. Justin Bieber, he airbrushed. That was like big on YouTube. He airbrushed all of his tattoos. The guy's covered in tattoos.
I saw that on YouTube.
Like Adam.
Yeah, the transformation.
It was interesting because he has a lot of them. And they fooled me because I thought he was actually removing them. No, he airbrushed them out.
Changing the narrative on us, huh?
Right? Pete Davidson actually has been removing his tattoos, actually permanently removing. It's a very painful process. Very
He's probably
expensive, and his body is
going through a new phase in life.
Yes, he is. He's going to be in the new movie, the new adaptation of It's a Wonderful Life. So he's actually getting a lot more movie roles. So you're right. I think he is trying to rebrand himself. There's some new videos. Also, Justin Bieber's video is called Anybody. There's a new music video by Bad Bunny. It's called Booker T. He has the wrestler from WWE in the video, so that's really cool. Dua Lipa, she's really hot right now, and she's actually hot in general. Her and Kylie Minogue, we discussed before.
Throwback.
The Australian singer Kylie Minogue, and Dua Lipa is from England. They have a very popular song called Real Groove, and the music video just came out recently. Kylie Minogue has been crushing records as an elder statesman for music. She's basically like the UK version of Madonna.
Hey.
And there's one more. Foo Fighters just came out with a new song as well. It's called No Son of Mine. Is there any new music that you've been bumping to lately? You
can catch me on TikTok songs. I love their mashups. That's how, I love.
We gotta follow each other on TikTok.
You're on TikTok? Shoot, mine are so embarrassing.
I don't dance, I don't sing, but I will. Maybe if you inspire me.
Ooh, it's a motivation for me.
That's right. You're very motivational, so you bring out the energy, so that's good. So yeah, what do you like Dua Lipa? Do you have any artists that are like them? Do you, like I said, is there any new music that you're listening to?
Okay, so Dua Lipa, yeah, I love her. She's she's sexy, sophisticated, and she's like mesmerizing in a way.
I totally agree. She's fucking gorgeous. I'm a big fan. And you live near Made in America. Well, what's up, man? You should be more musical.
I should be. I went to Firefly.
Oh, I've never been. That's the one in Delaware. I heard that was really fun. It's like 4 or 5 days, right?
Yeah, totally. But I only went to one day, and I saw Eminem. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. What a coincidence.
Everybody was like, Eminem. And then I was like, because like the whole concert I was hyped. And then Eminem comes, and I'm like, trying. And I'm like, no, it's not happening.
What? You didn't bring out the disco ball for Stan?
I know, I should have. And he did play that. I was at a different energy. I got my like crochet top from freaking Primark, so you know what's game on.
Oh, Primark! Wow, you were serious. You were waiting to find Boo. You were waiting to find Bay out there. You were like, Bay, where you at?
Where art thou?
I got my favorite top on. Where art thou?
But that was 2017, y'all.
That's true. I know what year that was too. Yes, it was because I went to Governor's Ball that year, and he was. Oh
my gosh, Governor's Ball! I want to go there so bad.
Oh well, hopefully we beat this COVID and we get rewarded for that.
Totally. for
making it
come
through.
back.
Yeah, no, I'm totally ready.
Yeah.
I know it's controversial vaccines. I'm gonna try to take it. Hopefully after the people that are at risk in my family. But as soon as that happens, I'm at the nearest festival, man. I'm back in the scene. I actually enjoy people. I do not like this hermit life. I love that I got to launch the show, and I like that I got to spend time with my dogs. My dog is 14. Her birthday was on the 20th.
Same here, my dog's 14. Stop.
Oh, right. I know. I get so emotional with her too, because like 14's so long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all good. She's great. She's pretty good right now. What was I about to say? Damn, I got distracted by your beautiful dog. What kind of dog do you have?
Chihuahua Pekingese mix. His name is Coco. So cute. Nice. Yes, so cuddly. I love his enthusiasm with like cuddles and stuff. Like I could tell he eyes me, I eye him, and all of a sudden we're cuddling. Oh. I know.
Yeah, no, my dog is too big, and when she was younger, my brother's now wife, she's very allergic to pets. So my brother was my roommate down here, and so Saturday just never had a chance to be down here. And now the puppy, which is almost not a puppy, she's like 11 months now. She goes into my bed, but I try not to let Saturday cease because Saturday gets really jealous. My dogs are named Saturday and Wednesday.
Oh, that's cute.
And they both get really jealous of each other, so I always have to like be very strategic.
Oh yeah.
But Saturday's my baby though.
Gotcha.
So like I love Wednesday. I'll always do whatever for Wednesday, but Saturday's always number one.
Ooh, the priorities for me.
That's true, man. I have no problems picking favorites. I have no problems saying Snoop Dogg is a worse rapper than Eminem. No,
Energy.
Get bold, bitches.
Yes, 2021.
2021. Here we go, right? Nobody's going to write that wrong on a check this year.
I know, right?
Let's get into some TV and film.
Christmas Who. Haven't you guys ever heard of it?
What the fuck did I watch?
Calling ER, Dr. Clooney. Dr. Clooney just directed another film. It's on Netflix called The Midnight Sky. I liked it. I enjoyed it a lot. It's probably going to be an Oscar consideration because, it's George Clooney, so the Academy loves him. And if you love Rogue One from Star Wars and A Theory of Everything, you'll love Felicity Jones.
Her.
She's also
talented.
Yes, and she has a big surprise in the movie. Kyle Chandler is in it from Friday Night Lights and Bloodline. Sophie Rundle, she is from Peaky Blinders. Also, I forgot what the show was called. Whatever. Oh, Bodyguard. She was in that as well. That was an amazing show. Well, that's The Bodyguard. That is the movie with Kevin Costner. I'm talking about Bodyguard, the miniseries on Netflix.
Oh, there's a difference. Wow.
Yes. So Richard Madden, the guy from Game of Thrones, what's his name? Rob Stark. He plays a bodyguard for a political official from Parliament in the UK. And it's like during the time of like Iraq and stuff like that. So she's very pro-war. And so obviously there's terrorists coming after her, terrorist cells, citizens are coming after her. So like his job is to the max. And on top of that, they have an affair together. Ooh. It's an amazing show. It's an amazing show. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. David Oyelowo is in it as well. He's from Planet of the Apes. He's also from Selma. He played Martin Luther King. He's a great British actor. There's a bunch of other people in it, but yes, you should see Midnight Sky on Netflix. Very good movie. It's about this dispatch that is in the North Pole. He is waiting. Not only is he terminally ill, but he's waiting for these people these astronauts that went to Jupiter, went to a moon on Jupiter to find habitable space, because in the year 230 something, where the movie takes place, the Earth is dying. Like it's pretty much almost done. So we have to go find a new planet to inhabit. And Earth is accelerated as far as going down, like as far as like not being, like basically the Earth is done. And the astronauts have no idea, and they're coming back. And George Clooney is trying to warn them, and he's trying to do his thing, because they have no idea the Earth is like completely done. Yeah. So imagine trying to go find a new home, and then you're coming back, and Earth is already gone. You pretty much have no home to come to, and you had been in space for years. Crazy.
That kind of movie.
But yeah, Midnight.
Wait, what?
Yeah, go ahead. I don't want to interrupt you guys.
I want to recommend that to my parents. My parents love like a drama, action. Yeah.
They would really enjoy it. Very good. These were all released during the Christmas season, during the holiday season. So we have another one, Pixar Soul, Disney Pixar, that stars Jamie Foxx, Tina Fey, Donald Rawlings from Chappelle's Show, Rachel House from Stateless on Netflix. She's from New Zealand. We have Alice Braga from Queen of the South. We have Questlove from A Tribe Called Quest and Jimmy Fallon Band. Angela Bassett from American Horror Story. Wes Studi. He's a Native American actor. Ivana Wong. Just a great movie. So it's about this jazz singer. He falls into a manhole and dies, and he's not ready. He's not ready to go to the afterlife. So he wants to try to tie up some loose ends, but he has no body to go back to. And so he meets this other soul that has no body as well. She's just like this lifelong soul. Her name is 22. She's voiced by Tina Fey, and they have to try to figure out how to get back down to earth and make that happen. And why the movie is so special is because it has a lot of great African-American representation. They actually anatomically, in fine detail, try to make them look as real as possible. Disney usually is very lazy with that. My my stick with it is that I thought that Tina Fey's character should have been voiced by another black actor. But even in the movie, they said that was just to make the listener comfortable. Because, you know, even in voiceovers, you just always hear a middle-aged Karen on the other line in order to, I guess, make us feel comfortable. So they did make that disclaimer, but I still feel that way. Are you looking forward to Soul?
I am looking forward to Soul. I'm going to watch it. Tina Fey is a very talented actress.
Absolutely.
But it's the artistry in you, like I said earlier, that wish that it could have, like, the movie could have been another level if they put a different actress as the voiceover of 22. Yeah.
Yeah, especially Disney, who's had a lot of problematic things with Dumbo, with the crows. Like they have to put like little racist disclaimers on their movies. So you would think, and then we talked about this on the show before, the Frog Princess. I have never seen that movie, and the biggest reason why I didn't see it is because I heard the Black Princess was only in the movie for like 5 minutes, and she was mostly a frog throughout the whole movie. So to me, like, you finally get a Black Princess, and she's a frog throughout the whole thing. And the same thing with the Pixar Soul. It's a good movie. It's a very quality movie. I enjoyed it. Especially the graphics are phenomenal. It's definitely going to be in the award season. But to me, it fell short because it was mostly a black cast. And why couldn't you have both of the main characters? Why couldn't you have both of the protagonists be black? Why did it have to fall short? Why are we in 2020, 2021? And why can't we get an all-black Pixar movie? Why can't we get an all-black Disney movie? Why do we not deserve that? That's just my take on that. But there's a lot of cultures out there that have not been represented yet at all.
Like the Filipinos.
So, Moana from Hawaii. Like, you're right. There's Mulan from China. Not enough. You're right. Not enough. They're about to do a Colombia. They're about to go to Colombia for a film for Disney. That's going to be the first time in that country. So they're trying to get their Epcot on, and I agree. They definitely need to get it because Filipinos. And I've been there before.
Yeah.
So much culture, so many stories. I really hope they get there soon, and I'm pretty sure they probably will be thinking there because, like I said, my friend Mark. Shout out to Life of Mark on YouTube. I'm going to have to recommend that to you. You'll enjoy him. He's from the Philippines as well. Well, descent-wise, he's American. Actually, no, he is. He is from the Philippines. He was born there. My bad. He actually was. Yeah, but let's get into more movies.
Let's do it.
Got off topic, right? Got off topic. So yeah, Soul is great.
Wait, actually,
I have not.
Because I'm thinking about Filipinos now, and I think Filipinos aren't represented as much. It's because that they're not focused.
Not at all.
Wait, what?
Not enough at all.
Yeah.
So sorry.
It's because Filipinos aren't focused on the entertainment industry as much, I feel like. So one day we'll get there, but we're not really like all crazy about like making it to Hollywood, et cetera, et cetera. I feel like I've never met anybody like focused, like trying to like make it to Hollywood. You know what I mean?
I totally know what you mean. And I've actually talked about this with Mark. I've talked about this with other guests on the show. When I was working with Mark on some videos, I was looking at his analytics and stuff like that, and obviously a lot of his demographics come from the country. And not obviously, it's what he catered, because he's American. He's an American citizen, and so, but he knows his niche, and he knows that the Philippines do not, like you said, not only are not involved in Hollywood too much, they don't watch a lot of entertainment on TV.
Yeah.
They don't watch a lot of film. Their most entertainment comes from YouTube. And so like you said, with the vlogging and stuff, that is very popular over there. So they don't need to get into Hollywood. They get popular just from YouTube. They get their entertainment just from YouTube, just from like pretty much self user generated content. Yeah. So I totally agree with you, and that's pretty much the reason why.
Yeah, but you know, maybe me, I might move to New York, and hey, I might be on SNL. What's up? Just kidding.
Oh, you're representing.
Hey.
No, what you're doing right now is trailblazing already. So, like you said, the Filipinos out there, you are breaking the ceiling now, right now on this shitty ass show. You're making history.
Oh my God, I'm all right.
More making history. Patty Jenkins. She is a phenomenal director. She's one of the first female directors to helm a superhero film, and she did the sequel, Wonder Woman 84, that stars Gal Gadot, Chris Pine, Pedro Pascal. He was amazing. He plays Max Gold. In the comic, his name is Maximum Gold, or Maximus, I believe. It was good. It was a good movie. It was on HBO Max. It's HBO Max's first 4K movie. Like I said, Kristen Wiig is Cheetah. Pedro Pascal is amazing. So many, in my review, it was a little more rom-com than the first one. A little less action. Still a good movie. I enjoyed the fight scene with Cheetah, even though I could have used more of her, to be honest. There was a little bit too much Kristen Wiig, not enough Cheetah. I did not like the villain in the first one, so it was a huge upgrade on that. So I was good. I enjoyed it. Have you seen Wonder Woman yet?
I did. I saw the first one. I love Chris Pine and I love Gal Gadot. Yeah, both amazing. I definitely recommend the first one though, for sure.
Yeah, I like the first one better, but I do not like I said, the fight scene was the main like I do with Soul. Like I had one issue. It could have been a perfect movie. This one was a little bit of a drop off, but not too much. Not too much. And if you love a nice little, love circle going on in your action movie, you'll enjoy this.
Totally.
Ammonite, one of the best actresses of all time, Kate Winslet. As a matter of fact, one of the best young actresses in the game. I'm surprised she hasn't won an Academy Award yet. She keeps getting nominated. I think she's only like 24 years old. Saoirse Ronan, she was in Little Women last
Irish,
year.
Right?
Lady Bird.
Yeah.
She is. Brooklyn, Lovely Bones. She's already had a stellar career.
Atonement.
Yes. Oh, I forgot about Atonement. She was the Snitch sister. I totally forgot about that.
Flashback.
Oh, that was a great movie. Yes. Look at you. That was a good one.
Big movie buff. Trust.
Look at that. I don't usually get that. Usually I'm like on a lonely island with these movies. But good. I'm so happy. So Ammonite is a rock. And not coincidentally, there's this woman that lives in Lyme. Her name is Mary. I forgot her name, but she's a real person. She's a real person. She was a geologist, a paleontologist, I believe, and she lived in Lyme. And this rich person leaves his wife behind to get taken care of. And Kate Winslet does a little bit too much of a good job taking care of her. They end up in a lesbian relationship. And it's good. It's pretty good. If you're into a lot of action, if you're not into a lot of dialogue, it's more of an indie piece. It's probably going to get them award nominations. So if you're not into slow dialogue, it's not for you. But if you're into like Oscar contenders and a lot of good script and a lot of good acting,
this gal right here. Yes.
Right.
But I just want to talk about one interview, that I saw with Kate Winslet and Sorority. I remember Sorority's like, people always mispronounce my name. It's, how do you say it?
Are we saying it correctly? I think it's Saoirse Ronan.
I mean, I remember how to say it, but I totally forgot. But she's amazing. And then they talked about, cause what's her name? Kate Winslet is 40. Or no, she's like older than Sorority.
Oh, the age gap. The age gap. I was going to mention that actually. You go for it.
Oh, okay. And she said that Kate Winslet said at a certain age you just don't care about your body. And then Sorority or wherever, she was like, oh, is it because you have children? I was like, oh my gosh, they're on the same wavelength? Like she finished her sentence. She wasn't like, what you mean? Like, I was like, oh my gosh, they're twins.
What you mean? What you trying to say? What you trying to say, Kate? What? Say it in my face.
Change the narrative on me, huh? But that's what I did too. But I love that they were on the same wavelength, and I was like, whoa, they're true artists right there.
I totally agree. And when it comes to the age gap, I find it ironic because usually, so Kevin Bacon and Amanda Seyfried, they had a movie recently, and it was a big age gap. And I agree with you. Once you're a certain age, that's it. You were talking about the body, which is funny because, and I hate to be gross, but the sex scenes, Kate Winslet still has an amazing body. Saoirse Ronan, No.
No way! I gotta watch it now. Spoiler alert.
That chick has like the body of like a 12-year-old boy. Like I was just like, I felt like really weird. Like yes, when they were like doing the sex scenes, I was just like, put back on your clothes. I'm gonna get arrested.
Atonement all over again.
Oh yes, true. No, she's a great actress, but she needs to stay away from the sex scenes. I do not need to see that. Skinny ass pale body. Kate Winslet, you show me your body.
Like, work it. She know it though.
Yes.
Period.
Yes. But back to the age gap. Yeah, I'm surprised that not many people, and it's not a big deal to me. They're both fine actors. Once you're over like 18, 21, you're all the same age to me.
Yeah, it's like whatever.
So, yeah, and they're very accomplished. They're very awesome, and I'm glad that they got to do something like that. I'm glad they were. Kate Winslet is like super accomplished, so she doesn't give a fuck. Like I'll act her anyway.
For the art.
But I'm glad.
Yeah, I love that dedication.
Exactly. Piggybacking on that, Cerise Ronan, I'm glad at 26 she's professional enough to take on those kind of roles because some people get queasy with those sex scenes in general. People get queasy.
I think there's a different culture too because she's from Europe, and I think American culture we're more like closed off with that. I mean, hello, it's like going to Sojo Spa. It's in NYC.
Yeah.
It's just a free for all, so you got to be on that level, and you got to like know ahead of time. Like it's like I would compare like a nude scene in a movie to go into the spa. Like for real, like you gotta be okay with just comfortable. Like this is what to expect. Like everybody's gonna be like doing their own thing, and we're all human. So hello, why should you care? You shouldn't.
Totally agree. Right, I'm like a broken record right now. I'm gonna have to disagree with you just to like break it up.
No, oh my gosh, I'm gonna disagree. Just kidding.
Just to fucking disagree. Just to break this shit up. Just to not bore anybody on the other line. Let's move on. First Cow is another Oscar. These are not officially Oscar contenders. Nobody we've been nominated. But I love Oscar movies. I love award season. So I try to scour the internet, try to see what is out there that might be nominated. And right now, First Cow is starring John Mongrel. He is from... if you've seen Umbrella Academy, he was the boyfriend of Ellen Page. Oh. He was also a villain, but he's also the boyfriend for
Leonard. I used to
John.
Yeah, I used to.
Yeah, Leonard.
I used to review Umbrella Academy on my show.
I did see that actually.
Like each episode, I was so like detail oriented. Like we gotta watch every.
I only got into it recently. I get really, and the fans know of the show. I get actually pretty fatigued of comic book source material. But I contradict myself because I'm about to watch Sabrina. Utopia was based off a comic, so almost everything is comic book source now. So like I can't even avoid that. But I watched that and The Boys, but I did not watch them like when they first came out. I watched them like only like a few months ago. But they're very good. I definitely missed out. I definitely was playing myself.
Hey, you said it, not me.
So John Magaro, Orion Lee, Aaliyah Schwaklat. She is from Arrested Development.
I love Arrested Development. Wait, oh my gosh, that is what is her name? It's the cousin, like the what's his George's cousin.
That's right.
I forgot her name. What's her name in the show? She was so crazy.
Are you sure you don't want another crack at it?
Shoot, I can't.
Maybe.
I'm so bad. Now that I know.
Well, she's briefly in it, so I don't even know why she wants to talk about it. It's because she's very famous. But Toby Jones is in it. There's a bunch of people in it. And it's basically about these people from 1840. They go to the gold rush. It's not even the gold rush, my bad. It's not even in that time period, but the gold rush is about to happen. They're in San Francisco. This guy comes from Boston. He was an apprentice in Boston, and he was an apprentice to a baker. So he wants to make money off of making baked goods in the early 1800s, and he has a Asian partner. They get into business together, and But the only problem is they need milk, and there's only one cow in the region, and they have to go to this rich person's house and steal the milk in order to sell their product.
It's a challenge for me.
Absolutely right. Milk challenge accepted.
We're crazy.
Right? I will jerk those titties in the dark. Don't you worry.
I bet you would.
Right? Calm down, girl. Calm down, baby. I got you.
Hey, that's like a really good improv scene. I was in it to win it. Like, what's next?
Right? I was in it to tell you.
It's the puns for me.
So anyway, First Cow, there's a lot of people who say that it's going to be nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay, so obviously it's a book. And, I really enjoyed it. You should definitely go watch that. And you might get an Oscar nomination out of it. Who knows? I'm thinking of ending things. If you have seen Jessie Buckley, she's a singer, actually. She's an Irish singer. But she's been in a couple good projects recently. She's been on the newest season of Fargo. She was also on Taboo, starring Tom Hardy, his show that is on FX. It's a very good show. So she plays... I didn't like this movie, by the way. This movie sucked. I'm thinking of ending things, and it was on one of the Oscar contender lists. I think it was on Variety.com. Okay. So it stars Jessie Buckley and Jesse Plemons. And Jesse Plemons, if you recognize him, he is the husband of Kirsten Dunst.
Love her.
Yes. Yes. He was also on Breaking Bad. He was also on Fargo as well. They also were together on that Florida show that was on Showtime. How to become famous in Florida or something like that. Whatever. Toni Collette's in it. David DeLuise. He was also in Harry Potter. Yes, he was also in Harry Potter and Fargo as well. But anyway, so it's about these two people in a car. They're in a relationship. And before she even gets in the car, she says, "I'm thinking about ending things." And they're about to go see his parents. And they're on this really dark road. And it's literally them talking almost the whole movie. And then it takes a turn when they get to the parents' house and everything starts getting really twisted. You're just like, where are they? Things start becoming time loops. People start getting younger and older at different times. So without spoiling anything, if you're into, it reminded me of the movie Mother.
I haven't.
Mother
I hate myself.
So don't worry. You didn't miss much. It was very confusing, that movie too. Things were all over the place. So if you're into that, if you're into a lot of not organized thoughts on your screen, this movie's for you. But it's got a lot of Oscar buzz. I don't know why. I guess because of the acting performances while they were in the car. And Toni Collette is a classic. She always is in great. Yeah, she's always in great stuff. That's probably why I got that recognition. But other than that, I can't think of why.
I think the Oscars loves twisted thoughts. Yeah.
I agree. And it's considered a thriller horror. There was no horror in it at all.
They made it thriller.
They got creepy.
Yeah. But they made it thriller.
They made it what?
Horror. They're like, well, we'll make this thriller horror. We'll define thriller horror. Not thriller horror is not going to define us.
I feel like that's a lazy way to label things nowadays, though. Thrillers, because not many things scare us anymore. Yeah. So suspense and thriller is basically the new horror genre. As long as you can make it a thriller, people will try to categorize it as a horror film. Just my take. The last one is Utopia. That's on Prime. It's not that new. It's been out for a few months, as a matter of fact. It stars John Cusack and my man Rainn Wilson from The Office. As a matter of fact, The Office is now on Peacock if you're missing it from Netflix. My dad is a huge fan. He was very upset. But I was like, you have my Peacock subscription, so why are you upset? He's like, oh, you're right.
Stop. Wait, The Office isn't on Netflix anymore? Stop.
Nope. Starting December 31st, they took it all off. It's all on Peacock. It's all on NBC's platform now.
This is news to me. Whoa.
Hold up. We need to give you some time.
Right. Because that was my...
Absorb this news. Let it process.
What am I going to have in my background, in my house now? A different show?
Peacock is $7.99 a month.
Oh, that's not that bad.
You can go get it there. And they have a lot of extras. They have a lot of bonus material. They make like little snippets, like little like mini bonus episodes and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool.
Cool.
I love The Office as well. I don't love it enough to watch it again.
Okay.
I don't love any show to watch it again. And my dad is really annoying, and he's not the only one. I see it's you too. Mad people do that. Mad people just have it on as like background music, or like they're just comfortable with like seeing 1,000 episodes in a row, and I'm just like, damn, don't you get tired?
I know,
of
it's like comforting. I have 2 shows that are like that. Family Guy and The Office. They have to be my background. Like, if I'm like trying to like be interactive, in the house, like not a bum. Yeah, that's my shows. Not a bum today.
What really grinds my gears, Lois?
Oh my God,
anyway.
that's such a good impression.
Chris, go to your room. Sasha Lane is in Utopia. She plays Jessica. Oh shit, forgot her damn name. Oh, it says it right there. Jessica Hyde. So the comic book is focuses on this girl running away from the government, and the government is trying to infect the world with a disease, kind of similar to what's going on.
Gotcha.
And so John Cusack is like this like big pharma head. He's the villain, and Rainn Wilson is this like ambivalent scientist. And these big comic book nerds, they know that in this graphic novel, it pretty much dictates events. It pretty much like gives like premonitions. And so, so they go to this comic book convention. They go get the comic. They know that it's tied into the end of the world. And ever since they get their hands on the comic, all types of people come after them. And they're trying to save the world. And I actually really enjoyed it. I was really hooked. It was a very good show. So if you want to check that out on Amazon Prime. Sasha Lane, she was in Honeybee. She was with Shia LaBeouf. She's up and coming. So if you see a light-skinned biracial chick in a movie who has dreads, that's Sasha Lane.
Gotcha.
God damn. Oh my God, what is that?
What the fuck did I say?
And it's really not what I said. It's more what So Clean said. And we are on the best part of the show. My favorite part of the show is the movie section and the television. But we all know why you're here. You're here for So Clean. And so the episode is called So Fresh and So Clean. Let's get to her first. Tell us about So Clean, the podcast.
Okay, so Clean podcast is about all things pop culture, relationships, life, and TV, Netflix recommendations. I feel like kind of similar to your show. Yeah, I love you know what, my favorite part of your show too is the freaking TV part. Like, it's so lit if you get into it. But I started in August and now I'm going on episode 21. I have some juicy episodes coming out.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
There's so many people that start podcasts and launch them, and they just fall off. And you're very consistent. I enjoy it, and I enjoy the wrinkles that differentiate us, like as far as the relationship advice. And you're a lot more into life advice too, to be honest. Like I try to stay away from that. I try to just straight up entertain.
Same here.
I don't like to tell people how to live their lives.
I don't tell people how to live their lives, but I think like in the middle.
I misworded that. I didn't mean to say that. I don't
give advice. I really don't. I just put inspirational energies out there, and you make the choice. Everybody makes that choice.
This is true. What inspired you to start the podcast?
Okay, 2 things. I started what did I do? I filmed Find Love Live, and I had such a momentum and a high off of it. And believe it or not, I'm not in like that genre, that vibe, that entertainment world at all. Like I'm like a regular person. And then once like I did Find Love Live, it's like, oh shoot, like this is me. Like this is my calling.
You got the sauce.
Yeah.
You found out that you had the sauce.
And I never knew, like, I don't know anybody. Like nobody I know is like really into like TV or like they're like, I know like a few musicians that like do it on the side or whatever, and they like probably were background singers, but like nobody that's like with the personality and that's like trying to go to Hollywood, blah blah blah. I'm not gonna go to Hollywood, but like there's 2 different kind of entertainers, yeah. So that's then true. My friend from the Highly Advised podcast was like, you should start a podcast, and then I started vlogging too. I'm gonna start getting into acting later. Just gotta get them headshots, but.
You should. And not to say that you won't be auditioning, but you don't even have to. Like, this is your auditioning. This is this is your reel. Like, you having your YouTube channel, them seeing you interview, them seeing you be candid, them seeing you, people seeing you improv and all that good stuff. So I'm sure you're going to put the headshots. I'm sure you're going to do all that stuff. But to be honest, if you don't need it, because they pretty much what you're going to give is what you're doing right now. And I think you're really talented. I wouldn't try to have you if you weren't. Not like this is like Access Hollywood or anything like that, but
that means that people notice.
Definitely, no. I definitely ran into your show a few times. The hashtags on Instagram. That's how I ran into your show.
Really? And then I found you first.
Yeah, you did. But we did. But we were like, ghost liking each other and shit like that.
So that parallel universe kind of thing. Yeah.
That's right. So like I said, I'm very impressed. I need to get into more vlogging, and so I look to you to get more inspiration and ideas for that. Tell us about your vlogging. You like to vlog about television shows. You have beauty secrets sometimes. Tell us more about it.
So I have the Life Utopia channel on YouTube. It's about beauty, fashion, lifestyle. I do food vlogs. I'm trying to incorporate more travel once this COVID thing is over, but I post every Sunday. Y'all tune in.
That's right. Every Saturday the podcast, every Sunday a new vlog video.
Totally.
That's right. Love it. I love it. What is your favorite vlog episode, and what is your favorite podcast episode?
So my favorite vlog episode, this was a spur of the moment vlog. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, the Virginia Beach food episode. I was like, I gotta film something. I post every Sunday. I'm not trying to put inconsistent vibes out there. Hello, I'm in it to win it. So I mean,
that's good. I've never heard that. That's good.
Because people told me oh yeah, you didn't post 1 week. I thought you died. And I'm like, you think I'm gonna quit? It's right, no. Exactly. But what YouTube made me realize is that I'm not competitive with other people. I definitely want to collaborate, etc. But I never realized how competitive I am with myself.
Because you're looking at your analytics. My
analytics, and I want to make sure I'm posting every Sunday, even though I haven't yet, but I will. Shoot, that's not over.
That's a goal. That's okay. That's a goal. That's good. And consistency is key, especially in the role that we play right now. We're not super famous. We don't have a big budget. So right now, our fans rely on that's how I feel. I'm not saying that you're a brand, but I feel like that's a good thing that you are. And the fact that it's a goal, the fact that you have that in mind for your fans, that you want to be consistent for them, that speaks that you're ahead of the game.
Oh, really? Because I also see there's two types of people in this game. People who are BSing, no offense, they're they make it an excuse, money is in the way, I can't afford this, da 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 da, and I'm all either you do it or you don't. Period.
Absolutely. No.
And
right.
If you're sad, you're gonna do it or you don't. Because I'm sad when I film too. Yeah.
I know, and I enjoyed that for you. I hope this is not too personal, but I watched an episode on IG one time, and you were talking about some skin issues, and I was and even though that's not actually, maybe I would do that. I was impressed because you were very, very honest about that. You were very raw about that, and it was nice. It was touching, to be honest, because even though I'm very honest with my audience, I'm very sarcastic. So people can't really differentiate with that. So you were very authentic with that. So it really resonated.
Because I know a lot of people that rely on their looks. Yeah, there's beautiful people out there, et cetera, but I'm not going to build something on just superficial BS. I want you to know the real me. I'm more than just this, more than just, I'm more than anything superficial. I'm not trying to put that vibe out there whatsoever. I believe that authenticity is key.
Hold up. I just want to make sure my computer doesn't
shoot.
It went on power saver mode.
Okay.
No, and I really appreciate that. I'm like I said, I'm a big fan of that, and I'm sure your audience is a big fan of that. That's something also I'm slacking on too, like making little clips of the video that was produced. Like you do a very good job of that. Like you give like little short snippets of like what's to come, what are the favorite parts of the episode. I try to do that within the time codes, but I need to follow your lead with that because that's a very good way of marketing. And I think that helps your show tremendously. So, yeah, that was one of my favorite moments. That was definitely one of my favorite moments. I think you're beautiful already. Like, sorry if that's
I love it. No, I love that.
Right, you know. I know. I had a guest recently dig me up, and I was like,
"Oh, what's up? Hey." I know.
You know? Right? No, I love being flattered. I will never get. I will never get
you got like an aura about you. Not that I'm trying to gas you up, but like you got a je ne sais quoi. Hey,
you know,
yeah.
Hey, I'm more Jamiroquai. I'm more him.
Oh shoot!
Right?
Oh my gosh! It's the movie with Julian. What's her name? Because you're such a movie buff. She's like in this improv thing with the guy from Get Out. No, not from Get Out. From Prom. The principal.
Oh, the new movie Prom? I didn't watch that. But I know who's in it. It's like Meryl Streep and James Corden and all them. Damn, I don't know what you're talking. I mean, I do, but I'm like lost.
You have his vibes. Oh, I wish I remember his name. Yeah.
But the person was in the movie Prom?
Yeah. You have to look it up. Yeah. Okay. The principal.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. Oh, I think I do.
He was Keenan Keel and Peele.
Ah, yes. Keenan, I'm gonna say his name. Keegan,
yes.
Keegan Michael Key.
That
Key.
Dude.
Hey, that could be worse. It's okay. But he's biracial too. I'm black and white.
But you have his sense of humor, you have his vibe, you just like, you could be bros.
We could be bros. We could be halfway bros.
Hey.
We could be more bros. Oh, look at that. And and Ariana Grande's in there. We have a biracial person and we have a person who thinks she's black.
The shade.
Hey, I'm not coming for her, am I? So you mentioned Find Love Live. Sorry that I was quiet for that, but because I actually wanted to focus on it a little more later.
Ooh.
How was that? We both were on that show. I had a blast.
I had fun too.
You said that it inspired you to get more on camera. I'm so happy that it did that because you're a natural.
Oh, thanks.
How did they reach out to you? Tell us about your experience. I'll tell the audience to go watch it. It's on your IG. There's a video on there in one of the grid posts. You can go catch the clips on there. She says, I promise I'm not drunk.
Yeah, because I knew people were going to like be like, yo, she's drunk, da 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 da. And I'm like, yo, I need to fall back. This is just natural energy. Yeah. Yeah, totes.
This is the moneymaker
right here. Hello.
Hello. So how did they reach out? Did you reach out? Did they find you?
So I reached out to them. I was just contemplating manifesting in silence that like, oh, I want to be in TV. So I'm always like looking for opportunities. And then I saw the TLC posting and gonna be honest, I don't care. I lied to the 10th degree on my email. Because at first it was true at the time, but I like, add a little bit of spice, to the email I sent them.
What? Mm-hmm. You lied to be on reality TV? Who does that?
Kidding, yeah. So they reached out to me right then and there, and then a few days later, like I just moved into my new place, and then they call me, and I didn't tell anybody. I was like, oh my gosh, is this really happening? They're like, hey, do you want to be on the show? And then, before you know it, I'm on it. But they were so great. They helped you prepare, especially I haven't been on TV. They were with me the whole day. And I was like nervous, like, oh my God, I've never been on TV before, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. Love them.
Nice. Yeah, I actually follow the person that won. We're like social media friends. Shout out to Greg. Yeah, that's cool, Greg. Right? Yeah, no, I did a lot of cool. That's right. We're friends. He's the comic book writer. I don't know if it went well.
Wait, you were on the pregnant lady episode?
I was. They thought that I was funny. That's why they knew I wasn't going to win, but they thought that I would try to inject some jokes, which I did. And she was pretty.
Yeah.
I knew she was out of my league though. I knew. And I said it too on the show. I was like, "Find love, fuckboy. Like, who wants me right now?" I'm like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for prime time. Like, I'm not ready for
Bachelorette.
the best of the best.
Oh shoot.
I mean, I'll do it, but in my opinion, you're not getting I'm more potential.
Oh shoot.
Like in the future, you're gonna get a great version of me. But if you're gonna get me now, you're gonna be high.
That's like the Tia Mori and her husband story. She's like, yeah, she saw the potential in him, and now they live in a mansion and stuff. You know the story?
Yeah, they don't happen anymore with the life of left and right swiping.
Yeah,
no,
totally, 100%. No.
People go like this. Oh my God, he has potential. Oh, but this person has his own apartment. Oh my God, he's so talented. He has so much potential. Oh, but he doesn't have a car. I don't like walking in the winter.
Wow. So yeah, I hate Tinder for that. So I don't do dating apps, but I match with people and then the dude didn't have a car. I'm having flashbacks I have to drive the dude. Or where? It's a no-go for me.
That's a no-go. Oh, well, while we're on this, what are no-goes for you're not into apps?
Yeah.
But I'm interested in this because I've actually had conversations with females about this recently, and we're not going to get intense.
No, we could because I'm in pain about relationships. Totally. It's just a really sad thing, the way relationships are nowadays. 100%. I can go into it. I mean,
what are the things that you can't? What are things that you? Let's name 3 things real quick of what you need to have. What's a requirement? What's non-negotiable when you're in when you are either being courted or in a relationship.
It's I'm all about vibes. I don't know if I could I think the more I talk about it, I don't know if I could be boom, boom, boom. Okay, so I can initially tell when somebody's in it to win it. They're all in. Because there's 2 types of people. There's the hesitant person that's kind of stringing you along, trying to get your vibes. You're just an option. They need to go. Okay, don't give them the time of day. Seriously, because it's a waste. And when you can feel somebody's hesitant about you, you just it's either you're in it to win it or not. And I feel that way with podcasting too. I've collabed with people, and then there's some people who are hesitant, they want to BS you, they're yeah, I'll do it, totally great. And then you tell them oh, we're gonna do this date, blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden they don't answer. Bye. If I get those vibes in a relationship too, it's not gonna happen.
Get that boot in the ass, motherfucker. Get the hell out.
No, it's the BS for me. And the car thing, no. I try to give it a chance.
So you can't be a chauffeur to a dude. You need to have that person have a ride.
Well, it's just kind of awkward. You want to. Well, I'm an adventurous person. I love trying new things. People take the adventurous side of me as oh, she's a hot mess, she's irresponsible, she's the type to be on the side of the road, probably dead, drunk, naive, gonna get into some dumb crap.
What?
Yeah, it's the
Your friends are so extreme.
No, I can feel it. It's an underestimation for me. For instance, I was at work and I was a veteran or whatever, and I was I joined. One of the reasons I joined is to travel. And then they BS me. They're well, you could go. We'll bring you to South Carolina. I said, all right. Bet I'm gonna freaking go to Paris. I'm gonna go to London. I'm gonna with my own money. I don't need this job to bring me to effing whatchamacallit.
Oh wow! I can't believe they only kept you at the base. I can't believe they didn't bring you anywhere.
The BS for me. It's the changing the narrative for me. It's the sadness for me. So I'm all about adventuring, and I want to try new things. I'm spontaneous, so if I'm oh yeah, let's go glamping, and then there's the boring people, no offense, they're oh, I don't know, I can't go glamping, oh, I gotta take a day off of work, or you don't have to take a day off.
I just meant why does this person have to have a car in order for you to be adventurous?
I know. Well, that's another point, because I'm just thinking man, I want to go glamping today. I want to go glamping this weekend. I feel like be spontaneous, and then the other person's like, oh, I don't know, like, because I this is not even about the car thing, but I saw Carti B.
Oh, so you don't like timid guys? That's
I
what
think
you're trying
so.
to say.
Yeah,
You don't like,
I don't know why I attract them, because then they're like all like trying to like vibe with me. I'm like,
because they're trying to compensate. They're trying to. They know that they're boring. So like having you that's not boring, it kind of levels them out.
But then I get bored when I want to do stuff.
I know it's not fair. Don't get me wrong. That's why you need to throw them back in the ocean. I get you.
Yeah, all the way to the other side.
Or and I'm not like I barely know you, so like I'm not trying to pinpoint or like. But also, there's a lot of people that find people like you to dim their light so that they can shine. So that, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't get happiness. They're not happy with themselves, so they try to like collect people that they can like try to bring down in order to have some type of control in their life.
Dang, because like I sense that. That's why I think I'm sad. That's why I was like, when you saw the skin post, I think I was going through that at the time. And
that's a big thing. Acne, stress.
And that's why I'm trying to like surround myself with people like that don't gaslight. Oh yeah, gaslighting is a no-no too. Like a no-go bye. Like, because I could tell when it's happening and I don't have energy to entertain it. I don't have I'm like, I move fast. Like, keep up, that's crazy. Because like once I make a decision, I'm like in it to win it. Like,
I'm outie.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna think about it. It's like boom, either like it's a yes or a no. Like for instance, I bought a place and like I think thank you. See, I'm like so fast paced, and then they were like, "Oh, are you sure you want to do it? The market?" I'm like, I want it, and I want it today. And if I have to change my strategy, I'll do that. But like, I'm not gonna like not want this place. Period.
Tell that squatter in the backyard, yes. I mean business.
Yeah, it's like, are you BSing me? But anyways.
Do you have a day job?
I do. I'm in IT.
Get out of here. Nice. Good for you. So smart.
Oh, really? I feel like everybody could do IT, but then now that I think about it, I'm like, you have to have a certain fast pace. You can't be boring, and you got to be able to figure stuff out. Because, like, for the most part, I'm figuring, like, stuff out, and I'm all like, oh, yeah, this is so easy. Like, you don't have to have a degree for this, but I'm all like, if you, like, are slow, like, this is like I compare it to, like, Wall Street, like, that fast-paced energy.
It makes sense. You're a people person, so it makes sense that you have a people person's job. Are you more desktop, or are you, like, remote? Are you in
both? I'm ADHD in IT. I was in server. I worked on servers. I worked on desktop.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big time.
Data centers. Now I'm more desktops, but secret company. Not like.
Hey, good. No. All good. We don't need to out you. All good. That's not the point of this program. But is there anything else we did not mention to highlight your wonderful brand?
I'm sorry, I didn't answer the question about the other reason why I started podcasting. So, my personality.
Oh, please, that's my fault.
That's my fault. Because I got sidetracked with the other question, and I could go on and on and on because that's where I'm at right now.
ADHD, baby.
Yes,
ADHD. That's another reason why it's called Keep Up.
I'm ADHD to the fullest extent, and I think I can't hide it anymore. I can't suppress it. Okay, like so.
Don't get rid of it. Just get rid of it.
Yes. Well, I don't know. I just been living with it, but whatchamacallit. So I'm high energy, and somebody was like, "Oh, you talk too much." All right, bet. Like, who do you think you're talking to? Like, you don't think I'm going to turn my lemons into lemonade? Like, watch. So, all of a sudden...
That's right, Beyonce.
And all of a sudden, I'm starting a podcast. And I'm like, not only did I start a podcast, it's on Apple, Spotify, and Google. What's up? Bring it. The energy. Yeah. So, don't even go there. Like, when somebody mentions your talent as like a negative thing, it's like a gift. Like talking isn't like, oh,
you are gifted, and I'm glad you saw through that. I'm glad that didn't discourage you at all, because when I was younger, there was people that said the same thing. Like I talk too much, or I'm too boisterous, or I'm this and that, too much energy, you play too much, all that kind of stuff. And I had, and I don't want to like repeat too much, but my grandfather spoke to my dad, and my grandfather was like, because my dad was actually thinking about putting me in military school. He was thinking about putting me through intensive therapy. And my grandfather, God rest his soul, he goes, don't do that. He was like, there's people that pay millions of dollars to have that personality. He was like, that's going to benefit him. Like his personality, him being out there, him being loud, same thing as you. That's going to benefit you. And again, I totally see where he was coming from, because now that I'm an adult, now I'm 34, and now that I'm around like different people, there are people that really, like you said, there are people that like you have to literally tear off their arm to like go speak in public. You have to, you can't even pay them enough.
I didn't know it was that hard for the people.
Like, it is. And it's, and the stage presence that you have, like I said, when I was telling you, when I was talking about like having a reel and headshots, dude, like I said, your range is all here. Your range is all here. Your energy, all that stuff. Like I can't see why they would need to go anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like all the stuff that's on the internet of you is pretty much your reel. Like you're doing it right now.
Whoa,
you're doing it right now.
That's okay, because I'm not. I know everybody around me is like quiet.
And they're haters. And you need to find more people like me. You need to find more podcast creators and stuff like that is going to nourish your abilities, because you're really good.
Thanks. And then the car thing, I know it doesn't have anything to do with the car, but I was just going through flashbacks like, yo, I was driving you X, Y, and Z, and then we would go out and it'd just be like awkward. Like, yo, you really got no car right now? Like, it depends on the person. But
okay, you could, if you want to, you can tell us why gender roles in at least the vehicle are important to you.
It's not even a gender thing. It's like, I believe in teamwork, and I'm very big on like when I feel like somebody thinks that they could, they're taking advantage. Maybe I really felt like they were taking advantage of the fact that I had a car. And I think that's what bothered me. It's not that they didn't.
Do you feel like that in general, or did you feel that about the certain dates?
That person and dates in general, yeah. So gotcha. I don't like that. That's a no-go. Like the taking advantage part. Like somebody was like, oh, no, I'm like having flashbacks. They're like, oh, my tire is flat. Da, 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 da. I felt bad, and I contributed. I know I'm so stupid and crazy. I know, right?
So the person was on the phone. The person was on the phone, and you like Venmo'd them money to help with the flat.
Yeah.
Why? And was this your boyfriend, or was it someone you were just dating?
It was like, okay, yeah, no, I didn't want to get into it, but whatever. So like, I was.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to. I was just asking a question. I couldn't help it.
Because like, I was like, I'm only gonna give the information that I want to give.
You can. Yeah, no pressure at all. There's no information. You don't have to tell.
But
we got everything we wanted out of you. This is all bonus.
It's just that the principle of like, oh yeah, I gave the money, and then I'm just tired of like the taking advantage like BS. So now I'm like very selective when it comes to.
That's weird. I don't like to take money from almost anybody. So like, let alone someone I'm courting, dating, in a relationship with. That's weird in general. I have not had a car in a long time.
Oh no, but you're up north. You're in the city. But it just depends on your motives.
But
it's your motive.
It doesn't matter. There's women that don't have cars and that live at home and stuff, and they still will be like, well, you don't have your own apartment and you don't have your own car. But I'm like, you don't either. Well, I'm a girl. Oh,
right. Here we go. It's just like the BS for me, but it's like the intention. Like, so obviously they're approaching you like you're gonna do something for them, right? So.
Yeah. No, I feel you completely. I like to be at least close to equal. I know no relationship is equal. There's no relationship 50-50. But at least fool me like it's like 60-40. Like, you know, like at least like try
to like it's like the intentions for me, like I feel it, and I hate it, and it's the weirdest feeling, and I can't stand it.
Well, big things are coming your way. Like I said, you keep being consistent with the podcast. You keep working with people like me, and quality guy. Because to be honest, I've had people talk, and I've been single for a long time. But when we talk about those things, people are like, "What are you waiting for? Blah, blah, blah. Why are you so picky?" And to me, like, and I feel like you're similar in the way. I am waiting for the person that likes me for me, and I don't feel like I'm that person yet.
You don't like yourself?
So that person. No, I do like myself, but I like myself a lot.
Oh, of course I do.
Too much.
Same.
No, but what I'm saying is, oh damn. Oh man, it's not your fault, but I got thrown off.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I don't feel like I'm that version. You know what I'm saying? I am very picky. I have a high standard of the person that I want, and I'm content with being alone too. By the way, like if I die alone, what are you gonna do?
It's normal.
But if I do find that person, I don't think it's this person that I am right now. I think if it was someone who enjoys potential, but I don't think girls like that anymore. Yeah. They like it right there in front of them. Like whatever they're about right now is who they want to fall in love with or go on dates with, be adventurous with. So I am willing to wait for my career to blossom more in order to be more open to letting love in.
Oh, that's where you're at. Yeah, it's hard. But, I mean, I feel it with podcasting, like the vibes with people. There's like, oh, yeah, we vibe, but do we work well together? I get that a lot. Like, oh, yeah, we 100% vibe, but you're effing, like, just, like, unprofessional.
Why would they think they can't work with you?
No, I can't. After working with them, I feel like I can't work with them because of the unprofessionalism.
Yeah, no, that's a no-no. Yeah. That's a no-no. Like I said, I had two producers leave the show, and it was really stressful because I was writing them. I was just like, how come you missed this deadline? How come you did that? I don't want to do that. And it's been way less stressful. Yeah, exactly. I'd rather just be for myself than rely on unreliable people.
Unreliable is a no-go for me. Like, also when, let's say, when people are like, oh, they try to argue a point, like, oh, well, I didn't know the schedule, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, so this is what we're doing. I don't want to work with you. And then I'll quit. Like, I won't even, like, work with this.
I feel you. I had a couple of people cancel on me. And I asked them if they wanted to reschedule, but I never reached out to reschedule because I was just like, I need to do this. One person, part of his brand, he's like a clown, and he's not like some circus clown or anything like that. He's a rapper, and it's like part of his persona and stuff like that. And he was just like, oh, I didn't realize it was today, so he rescheduled twice. Oh, no. He wasn't ready the next day either, and I was just like, fuck it. And then the person from last weekend during the Christmas break, he went to Houston and he was like, oh, I figured that you didn't hit me up. And I did exactly what I did with you. I sent invites. I did Google invitation. I did the same thing. He never responded. So it was technically my fault that I didn't follow up. And I did that with you too. I like to treat people like adults. If we schedule this, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like, and yes, I did check in this morning and stuff like that. So maybe I should check in a little more, but I'm serious.
Yeah.
So when I say we're going to record, we're going to record. Like, I don't want to like baby you and be like, so clean on like Wednesday. Are you ready for Sunday? And then like on Friday, are you ready for Sunday? No, you're an adult.
Right.
Like, you should, if you want to be a part of this,
and
you're a part of it.
You can feel the enthusiasm too. Like when they really want to do it, like you're scheduling, boom, and then you're doing it, and then you're recording. I sense that energy, and I think now, especially working on podcasting, like I could sense that energy with just people in general, and then I'm like, you could really feel if they're enthusiastic or if they're legit, and I have to be a certain level or we're not doing it. It's because the energy's not going to be there. Then you're going to record, and then your energy's going to be off. So.
And energy is a big part of your delivery, so don't lose that. Before we go, we're gonna get one more in with a holiday question. But before that, I just want to mention to people, Sabrina is on Netflix right now. So is Bridgerton. I forgot to mention that, by the way. I did watch that. That's Shonda Rhimes' show. That's on Netflix. It's pretty good. It's a period piece. I've never seen Shonda Rhimes shows before. I never saw Scandal. I never saw Grey's Anatomy, or like a full episode. I mean, I never saw a full episode of How to Get Away with Murder. But she's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
She's a talent. So I definitely will try to finish Bridgerton. My mom likes it, so I'm going to watch it with her. Chili Adventures of Sabrina is back. And also Cobra Kai season 3. It's now on, it was on YouTube. Now it's on Netflix. But back to you. What did you do during the holiday season? I know you don't celebrate too much, but like, I know this year was really shitty. For the first time, no SantaCon.
Hey! Oh.
No Santa's pissing all over the street and shit like that. Yeah. What did you enjoy anything from the holiday season, or were you a Grinch like me?
I was like a Grinch at the end, so I was like gung ho, like Christmas! I'm gonna get a real tree, and I did. Yeah, and I was like, I wanted a theme. I wanted it to be silver. I wanted it to be blue. I'm gonna get this light, the topper, and I wanted to. And then I want LEDs. So I'm like going big or go home, and then I got presents, and then as the holidays progressed, I was like, oh wait, I'm not doing all this. I think next year, my point was to start new traditions, which is like get new trees, have like a certain dinner, cook a certain dinner. But next year, I'm just gonna chill, just like slowly but surely do it. But I love this holiday season, though, believe it or not. Mm-hmm.
Me too, and it was a little bummer, like with everything going on. But hopefully next year will be different. It actually made me appreciate the holidays a little more. A few years ago, my brother got engaged on Christmas Eve. This year, my sister got engaged on New Year's Eve. A shout out to her and Ralph. We're very happy for them.
Congrats.
I got myself a PS5 finally. Yeah. That shit launched November 12th. I had to go on the resale market for that shit. I had to like meet up in like a police precinct parking lot in order to like have a safe exchange. It's serious out there, man. Right? We used to do a segment called What the Fuck Did I Play? So that's for the people out there that are into video game news. My guests are not really into video games, so that's why we got rid of that portion. So whenever we have like a gamer out there, sometimes we bring it back. But depending on the guest, I just leave it out completely. But like I said, I was very happy to have you on board. I don't want to take up your whole Sunday. You have a life. We need to get you back to that. We need to get you back on your podcast.
Yes.
Where could they find you? I know that you have your show, the podcast that debuts on Saturday. And like I said, the vlog, whenever you do produce it, it ends up on a Sunday. Where else could they find you? What other projects do you have on the horizon?
Okay, so definitely check me out on Instagram, SoClean_podcast, SOKLENE. And then I have Miss So Clean, Miss_So_Clean on Instagram. That's my YouTube Instagram. And I am going to announce, this is a
Ooh, my God, we're getting a special announcer here.
Oh my goodness. So good. Right? Good. So for my podcast, I'm like so excited. Like I can't believe this is my life, but I interviewed the co-director of the Orange Years, Scott Barber.
Get out of here. That is so dope. I already watched your show, but I'm definitely watching that.
Yeah, I'm going to put her on YouTube. We recorded last week, but oh my gosh. So the Orange Years is about Nickelodeon during like the Geraldine, I forgot her name. She was like the CEO during like the 90s. Yeah.
Yes, she was very influential. That's not the one that can, sorry to be a downer, but that's not the one that hurt herself, Rosie O'Donnell's ex-wife.
I don't remember, but
the Orange Years.
The Orange Years, yeah. So that's a documentary that's on like Apple, etc., and Amazon. It's a banger. He interviews Keenan. He interviews Kel. He has like a lot of good celebrities up there, and we talk about like the amazing celebrities.
Geraldine Laybourne, yes. That's her name. Geraldine Laybourne, the American entrepreneur. She is still alive. Mm-hmm. She's in Bridgewater Township, New Jersey.
Close by.
Right. Yeah. I used to live in Hillsdale, actually, so you're not that far either. Well, no, I was in North Bergen, so that was far.
Like central.
My uncle lives in Trenton, so he's not that far from me.
Oh, yeah, so close. But yeah, so I was like super excited about that. I haven't told anybody about that because.
I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, I never told anybody about it because, I mean, I can't believe it. Like, I'm in this dude.
Well, I am a film buff, so I really appreciate. Well, and I love Nickelodeon. I love the golden years of the '90s, Angry Fever, all that good stuff. Rocko's Modern Life.
Talk about that in the documentary. Yeah.
Yes. I didn't even see the documentary. I'm going to watch the documentary, and I'm definitely going to watch that episode so I can have the full package. You can catch us tomorrow also. If you're not going to see that. I edit this, so it's not live. But if you're watching this and you go onto So Clean's channels, I will be there. I will be a guest on her. I will be a guest on her show. I can't wait for that. I'm looking forward to that. You can catch me on Stillvinsane. You can catch the Keep Up podcast, Keep Up NYC on Instagram, Keep Up Shut Up on Facebook. We're also on Twitch. We're also, if you want to cash app us, we're an independent media. I was trying to do a Kickstarter. I was trying to do some crowdsourced, but I need to keep it simple. So again, just like So Clean, we're independent media. We're not doing this as a hobby. If you cancel on us, that shit hurts.
Yes.
If you treat this unprofessionally, that shit hurts our feelings too. We'll go in the corner with Eminem and we'll try to cry it out. But until then, we need your money. We need to make better projects. So Clean is expensive, man. So in order for me to work with her, she needs me to put in $100 down.
Hey.
You need to pay to get in. You need to pay to get in. Pay your way.
Gotta be that way sometimes.
Right? So yeah, you can type in Keep Up or Stillvinsane. We're on Spotify. We're on Google Play. Actually, no, that's Google Podcasts. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on SoundCloud. We're on iHeartRadio. We're on all your major, anywhere you like to pod. And we're also on YouTube. You can catch So Clean's Pretty Fotch on our YouTube episode. This is episode 92. So fresh, so clean. Thank you so much once again. Help us with the outro, actually. One of our last guests tried to help us. So I say, actually, you could just say over and out, homies, at the end. Okay.
I want to say thank you first, though.
Of course, so thank you. Why did you not go? Don't let me hold you back. Don't let me hold you back.
Thank you for having me on the show. I can't believe this. I'm so honored. I'm with a fellow podcaster that's been on TV, et cetera, who knows the game, and I love it. You bring the action, you bring the heat, and I'm excited for future collabs.
Yeah. Me too. What is that in back of you?
This is on my cloud. Oh, that one. Oh. This is a thumbs up. My mom gave it to me for my birthday.
I love it. And thumbs up to you and thumbs up to a great episode. Thank you again for being here. You're a great guest. You're a great podcaster. Again, we will be working with each other a lot more. So don't you worry. You're going to get majorly sick of me.
No, likewise, vice versa. Okay, well, what's the outro?
You got it. Here we go. So all you're going to do at the end is say over and out. Okay. Here we go. You better shut the fuck up. Listen up. With Stillvinsane and my special guest, So Clean. Over and out, homies. All right, you ready? Okay. You better shut the fuck up. Listen up. With my homegirl, So Clean, Miss So Clean, the So Clean podcast, and Stillvinsane. Your turn.
Over and out, homies.
That's right. Over and out, homies.